We love hip hop.
Workstation over here. Ladies, are y'all ready to do some podcasting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let me make sure to run up some tunes here. I don't have the headphones on for everybody, but it should be super loud, so y'all should be able to hear some of the tunes that I'm going to be running here for our audio audience. And big salute to the people who are watching us on YouTube and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hold on, let me see what I can find.
Sure.
It's about to go down. Let's get it popping, man.
Period.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Friday Ricky Dread here with another interview for your head top. Before we get into it, everybody, make sure to hit that like, make sure to hit the subscribe, leave your comments below. All the sponsors are going to be rolling across the bottom of the screen. We out here, we working overtime this week. And listen, I'd love to, get into the hip hop shit. But also, I'd be liking some R&B too. You know what I'm saying? A little bit.
Yes.
A little bit, you know what I mean?
Shout out
But
R&B.
I like that we have a fusion, a collabo of both. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And these ladies came together on this remix that y'all just heard, the Attention remix.
Pulling up and I'm pulling up and I'm turning up in a party.
And I'm hoping to get an album, hopefully in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with no further ado, I would like to introduce Leila Dey. Welcome back to Double M and welcome back to TAAYLEE G in the motherfucking building. Let's go.
Yes. Yeah, we hear
What's
yeah,
up?
us.
Let's get right into it. Like, what brought y'all together for this remix right here?
Leila. Bad girl Leila.
Yeah, I guess that's me.
Yeah.
I had the song Attention, and I think I already knew that I wanted to do a remix, but I wanted it to be a gal them link up for
Right.
sure. And I for me, in my personal opinion, I reach for who I feel like is the best in the city. And I already knew that I wanted Double M. I always say this. I already knew I wanted Double M. I knew we wanted to do something together.
Right.
And I think naturally, when I heard TAAYLEE's voice, I was just like, yeah, this makes the most amount of sense. So sonically, I heard it before it even came out.
Yeah.
But I think they just both delivered really crazy in a really crazy way. Like they just both delivered what I felt like I heard in my brain. Yeah.
And for the rappers, when y'all got into the studio, you heard the track bumping. Was it just like an immediately like bars just came flowing out, or did y'all have to come back a couple of days type shit?
For me, it was more of a vibe. Like the bars came immediately from I heard the song and how Leila was moving on it. Like I say, the little slow wine.
Yeah,
I just felt like it was very fitting for me to come on and come calm. And so that's how I attacked the track.
Yeah. And what about you, TAAYLEE?
For me, yeah, like I feel like it takes a good beat or a good song for me to get excited.
Yeah.
And when she sent me the track and I heard it, immediately I was like, my team's like, you can do it. I'm like, yeah. This is mad. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it the flow came to me first and then I went in with the bars.
Filled in the words after. I feel like I've asked y'all, maybe I've asked you this before, TAAYLEE, but I want to ask the whole room because y'all are working together on this track, but this is some kind of rare to me. I don't really see the ladies working together too often. Why is that?
Why?
I mean, in my opinion, I just feel like there's a lot of like politicking and stuff in the city. The city's small, minus the whole like the politics with the guys and stuff. Just in general, there's politics. There's always going to be politics in a small city, and I feel like we're so focused on that because you guys know the Screwface city. You know how we move, but the goal is to break out of that. You feel me? If you break out of that, if we break out of that on a whole, it's going to be many more collabs. A lot more of this, a lot more of love, less competition, just vibes. We lift each other up, and I feel like that's what's been working for us. The little zhuzh, the little oomph that we got, it's because we're working together. I feel like we should keep doing that. So yeah, I feel like that's the problem.
Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in R&B, sometimes, at least I can speak for myself. Like for a long time, I was really stuck in my own mind and my own vision of what I saw for myself.
Yes.
And so I think that really isolated me from doing a lot of collaborations and just working with people. But I mean, as you go through your creative journey, you learn that like you can't really you move faster with other people.
Yes.
You know, if you move together. And so I'm interested in like connecting with people who I honestly love their music first. And that's where this collaboration started. It's like I genuinely love both of these women's music outside of this song. And then, you know, moving even further than that, it's like I would love to be able to create with people who are really doing their thing in the city, like, you know, really taking their craft seriously, putting out really good music that I also connect with and that I love. And then I feel like from there, it moves itself. And I think when we're putting our stuff out collaboratively, you can tell that that's just what the people want. They're, like almost every comment is just like, this is so crazy. Like, this is what Toronto's been missing.
More of that.
Yeah, we want more of that. You know, not just on the female or women's side, but also on like, you know, with the dudes. And I know it gets crazy in the city for real. I understand that. But, you know, I do think like Double M said, it would be nice for people to just have a little bit more unity in the city as opposed to it being so divided and everybody focus on their own thing. And, you know, even though I get it, but yeah, we're just trying to break that mold. Yeah.
And, you know, it actually springs another question in my mind because I deal with so many male artists and so many of them have like pollies. Like sometimes I have to book where nobody else can be in the studio for the rest of the evening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have y'all in here. I'm not even worried about that.
Yeah.
But should I maybe? Like, do gal them have pollies? Like... Discover Cans, where quality meets innovation. With over 24 premium strains, each carefully sealed in our signature cans for maximum freshness. We're redefining the cannabis experience. Trusted Canada-wide for consistency and reliability. We deliver the product you deserve. Elevate your expectations and explore the difference with Cans. You can find Cans on Instagram at @Cans_Canada, or you can find them on the Diamond Club page, Diamond Club_Ontario. Make sure to use the code WeLoveHipHop on the way out and get yourself a little discount. Salute to the sponsors. Cheers.
Really, girls more so have personal problems.
Yeah,
and stuff.
that part.
Yeah, in our city at least. Girls more so have personal problems. Yeah, it's not really like that.
I don't think it gets active like that. I'll say, like, I think, yeah, people have personal problems, and like, I mean, it probably could if it really wanted to, but I don't think it really needs to be that serious.
It's not a situation where where's she from? Like,
we don't do that.
We're not carrying on no politics for
not for
housing.
Ends.
Like, it's
no,
crazy.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
Not for ends.
Not for ends, but
like,
I do know a way that girls can get into pollies.
Yeah.
Having the wrong boyfriend.
Absolutely.
Even that is weak. Sorry.
Yeah,
what?
you can't be like,
even that is weak though. For real.
I'm not because carry on the politics because my man is like that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's
and then
that's real.
And then you're getting yourself into politics with another. Listen, to each his own. I'm just speaking like, you know, my own opinion is you're getting into politics for somebody else. Like, you're enough. Like, go sit down. Like, you know, you're not in it. Like, you know, that's just
like
the way I
female.
feel. Yeah. Like,
yeah. Exactly.
You know, it's not demure. It's not demure.
No,
Like,
it's
you
not
lady, like,
demure.
relax.
Yeah.
You know,
You're not about to spin the block. Like,
yeah. Let them do what they do.
That would sound they'll look a little crazy.
Yeah.
A question for you, Leila. With R&B, is R&B thriving in Toronto? Actually, for the whole room, because I know y'all listen. They're R&B fans.
You know what? I don't know if R&B is necessarily thriving, but I do think that R&B is in a good place. Like, I can really call on a number of different R&B artists in the city that I feel like are really dope and are really good at what they do. I think that there are some people who are like, even my friends, who I feel like people don't even know them yet, you know? So I don't want to necessarily say thriving, because I think there's some really great artists who are still unknown in the city. Not just in R&B, but I want to speak to R&B right now because, you know, that's my genre. But like, there's a lot of artists that are my peers, some of my friends, and I feel like they don't get the love and recognition that they deserve as well. Right. So I wouldn't necessarily call it thriving, but I do feel like R&B is in a good place. Shout out to everybody who is doing it right now. Like, you know, I always call on the youngins, like my sister Akila. She's like, you know, killing it. I even love like Divine, Light Body. She's also killing it. A lot of the young people right now are just really coming up. Like, you know, shout out everybody who's just my peers, the Savannah Rays, the Dylan Sinclairs, the, you know, everybody who's just really pushing R&B forward. Adria Kane, I can go on, but yeah.
I'm not really too in tune like with the R&B scene as much as I would like to be, but for me, you know, it's gonna be it's gonna be Leila Dey and it's gonna be B-Rob.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
Okay.
for me. Leila Dey and B-Rob, like those are my favorite R&B artists in the city, hands down.
Y'all are putting me on to people right now.
Yeah.
Like I heard of Savannah Ray.
Yeah.
Everybody, and like I heard of you, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else y'all named are literally new names
Yeah.
you're putting into my head right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's crazy.
what are you into? You listening to R&B or are you just listening to raps right now?
No,
Taylee?
I'm a R&B head. Like I love R&B even more than rap.
Period.
If I could sing, I would sing everything
Period.
I sing, literally.
Period.
But I think that honestly, Toronto R&B has such a wave. Like whether or not it's necessarily thriving, I think that we have a sound.
Yeah.
You know, it's more of like a dark or like a something that like it feels like nostalgic. It feels like relatable. It
Mhm.
feels like I've been through that.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's something that, you know, like not everywhere can do. Like, you know, so that's why I feel like there's a lot of when you think about like even the major like R&B singers that come out of Toronto, they have a lot of people that like try to replicate what they do and they
Mhm.
don't
Facts.
necessarily do it exactly like how they do
Facts.
it.
Yeah.
But I think that R&B from Toronto definitely has like its own like wave that is like it's untouchable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, low key, there's more. I feel Toronto has produced more star R&B singers,
Mhm.
like international R&B
Yeah.
singers,
Then rap.
than rappers.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all booked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where
Like,
the talent is, man.
Yeah.
Like
It's where the talent is.
Daniel Caesar,
Yeah.
The Weeknd,
Yeah.
Party Next Door,
Yeah.
Tory Lanez, all these different people are like big in the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they all came from Toronto, and
Yeah.
everybody's looking for the next big rapper.
Yeah.
But we've been just pushing out bare R&B singers
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know,
Why do
it's
you
the
think that is?
politic. It's the politic in hip hop, you know, in rapping. It's like it's the
Yeah.
politics, unfortunately, that are really, you know, just we're losing youngins, like, you know what I mean? We're losing people who are really talented and just can't seem to remove themselves from, you know, the politics or the streets or whatever the case may be. And so they don't even get the chance to be able to be the next X, Y, and Z. I think that's a lot of what's happening in the city. There's a lot of young people who I feel like were incredibly dope and are incredibly dope, but just get caught up in the wrong
Yeah.
thing,
The
you
talent
know?
is there
Yeah.
too. That's
Yeah, the
what's
talent is there.
That's what's sad. The talent is there, man.
I
Yeah.
think that is true, but I also do feel like when it comes to outside of Toronto, I don't feel like they take our politics seriously.
Mhm.
Facts.
Yeah,
They don't
facts.
feel
Facts.
they don't feel like we're actually going through you can't hear me.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't feel like they think that we're
Yeah.
going through shit over here.
that's facts.
Like literally like people get to a certain point and then they come back and then a lot of them die as soon as they come
Mhm.
back.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
on some
yeah.
real shit. A
Yeah,
lot
no,
of them
facts.
die or go to jail. Like, you know, it's always
Sad.
something.
Mhm.
And it's like, I don't know, like even when they say like, I don't know, just bare politics, but I feel like they just don't take us like seriously
Yeah.
when we talk about hard shit. Like
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it brings me to a question even with you, Taylee, because
Mhm.
you've made some moves over to the States and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
How are they receiving you as a Toronto rapper when you tell them, hey, I'm from Toronto? Like, what's the reaction like?
It's actually very welcoming. It's like it's something new, you
Mhm.
know. I feel like they don't hear that a lot. I think it's because our population is so small. So
Yeah.
like even if all of us are over there, it's still gonna feel like there's none of us over there. Like, you
Mhm.
know. So I feel like, yeah, it's always welcoming. And I always hear like, yo, like I love Toronto because, you know, you guys have a sound and you guys like, you know, it's always that dark and that, you know, you guys just sound hungry and like I always hear that and I always hear about our work ethic too. Like,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
crazy because when you look at like people from the States, you're like, yo, they're hungry.
Facts. Yeah.
But like they look at us and they're like, yo, you guys are hungry. Like it's crazy.
Really?
What do you
It's because I feel like it's because of the little chip on her shoulder. Just being from here and trying to create your own sound and stuff. You know, I feel like how could I put this? Like, I feel like we're exactly that because of the chip. We're more hungry, not so much focused. I mean, we all see that the States they have everything 10 times more than we do, but I feel like because we're so grounded, like we're very disciplined
Mhm.
as a people. I feel like when it comes to the music, that's what sets us aside.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why it gives very hungry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we're
yeah.
used to being the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like if you're gonna drop something, it better be the hardest thing you could drop at that moment. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you, Layla, that same question on the R&B side.
Mhm.
When, you know, in the States, how did they, when you're saying, yo, I'm from Toronto,
Yeah.
what's the first reaction when they give
Yeah,
you for
I'm with
R&B?
TAAYLEE. I get a lot of love. I get a lot of love in the US and the UK. Just based off the fact that I do R&B. I think what's a little bit different about like R&B, and especially the kind of R&B that I do that feels very traditional, is that a lot of the R&B purists are in the US and in the UK.
Yeah.
There are not as many R&B purists as I would love in Canada, if I'm being really honest. And so that naturally, they just gravitate towards me, and I gravitate towards them because it's like, that's the kind of R&B that I fuck with like 100 times over.
Yeah.
And like that feels nostalgic, that I'm like, yeah, like this is all that I am, you know, the vocalist and stuff like that. So whenever I go to the US, it's always love. I went to the Netherlands, it's love. Like there's just a lot of love elsewhere. There's a lot of love here too. Like, you know, I know we always speak down on the city. There's a lot of love here, you know. It's just, it comes from a different place. And I think because everybody is just trying to like do their big one, it doesn't come off as that. We could show a little bit more love, but there's a lot of love here too. And I saw that especially with this record.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
seeing online, like you all are getting a lot of traction off of this, and just I can feel the buzz off of this. You know, when it comes to like male rappers and female rappers, there's always been this thing. They always say, oh, female rappers are so expensive, and that's why it's, you know, I'm not trying to sign no girl rappers and stuff like that.
We are.
Yeah, I was about to say, period.
We
Yo,
are.
Yo, I ain't even, yo, listen.
I wish I could just get a lineup and run and show up.
Okay, well, let's do an experiment here.
Sure.
Okay,
Alright.
let's do a price comparison: male rappers to female rappers. Okay,
Sure.
and you guys, I know I'm the guy, so I know, you know, Amiri Jeans and
A lineup and Blistex.
Like,
oh, come on,
literally.
the Amiri
Literally
Jeans is
Blistex.
1,000, fam.
Okay.
Right.
12.
My chain, even though I don't have no chains, but like if I was the guy with the chains,
Yeah.
yo, my chains are 50, fam.
But not every time. You buy
That's just
that
a
one
one-time
time,
purchase.
Yeah.
and you're
Okay.
good.
And it goes.
So then tell me, on the flip side,
Why?
the price list of what women have to
Hair,
prepare.
Before we even
Makeup,
touch clothes.
nails,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we even touch clothes.
Mhm.
Okay.
pedicure.
Yeah.
No, give me the prices. I need the prices. I want a
for
list.
sure.
Wax.
Yo, wax.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we don't, honestly, let's say low key, if you like really wanted to hide. I won't even include the wax. But
Okay.
like your hair and your makeup,
Alone.
if you can't even do your own makeup, like
Mhm.
I don't know, TAAYLEE, you do your own makeup, right?
Mhm.
You do your own
I
makeup
did mine,
sometimes.
yeah.
Okay. I think as a woman, especially if you're in entertainment, it is key that you learn how to do your own makeup or your
Mhm.
pockets are running dry. Like dry. Okay. You also need to have to kind of figure out like how to do your hair a little bit too, because like I'm not even a wig girly like that, if I'm being really honest. Like I am a natural, so I do more like braids, locks, etc. So
Yeah.
you know, it holds me over. But if I had to do a wig, you guys can speak to it.
Oh, you know.
You know what I mean?
Well, hold on,
Oh,
I
you know.
need prices. So,
Okay.
for as they say, to get beat to the gods.
Okay, sure.
right? How much that cost?
Full beat,
No,
full
man.
glam. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just say full glam. Actually, not even full glam. Let's say natural glam. Let's say
Yeah.
at least $100. Okay,
Yeah.
That's-
250 to a bill to like 250. you're
exactly.
looking at, depending on
for
what
a
you
natural
want.
beat. $100 is
Are
like a
they
natural
traveling?
beat. Where like sometimes they don't even give you
Natural beat
Yeah,
is
lashes.
it's giving
crazy.
195.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shout
sure.
out Beats
Wow.
by Aisha. I know one
Fine.
price.
Okay.
I know one two.
Fine. But I'm saying like
That's
without
wild.
lashes, like you just want your face to look good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Maybe you can get away. Maybe you get away with $100 minimum. All right, cool. Wig. You have to buy the wig.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Get it installed.
What's the
Come on.
price of the wig?
Oh, it depends.
It depends.
Okay, so
Where you want to get the wig
what
from?
color?
yeah, I mean,
How
you're gonna
long?
go
What
your
wig?
minimum. Yeah, it depends. Your minimum, like you're gonna start off with like a $250. That's $250, and that's like if you don't want anything too
That's
crazy.
a bob. That's
a bob. Yeah.
That's a bob.
That's a Bobbiana.
Yeah, don't even
12
think about
inch.
and don't even
No.
think about HD lace.
No,
like if anything,
no.
it's giving fence.
And
if
it's not
anything lower than that.
613.
No,
No.
it's definitely not 613.
So
No, not 60.
then
Yeah.
a proper one, I'm estimating
Seven
probably like,
bills.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
7 bills. Yeah, curly.
Yeah.
deep wave.
A good wig.
You can go.
Deep
You can
waist?
go to a 1,000.
It could
Those
But
are
it's gonna
Mary
last you
Jeans.
though. You just have
Could
to
be
replace
12.
the lace. It's
Yeah,
gonna
maybe
last you though.
Mhm.
Gonna be good hair.
Then installs. Okay.
Yeah.
Installs.
Mhm.
Yeah, installs.
Depend on who you go
And then
to.
these
just
days,
like
you gotta
yeah.
do, you want to wash your hair, add
Correct.
on. You want to
Yeah,
braid it down,
add on.
That's an
yeah,
extra.
You wanna
braid it down,
curl,
you want to
add
style
on.
it. Oh, you want to cut it? It's
Yeah.
still an add-on, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything is an add-on.
And that's
so let's
no,
just say-
that's not clothes yet. We're not even
No,
talking
That's
we're
about
not
not
there
even
yet.
clothes
No
yet.
clothes.
We're not
okay?
there yet.
Nails. You want to do nails? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Nails,
did
A bill, 2 bills.
150 to 2 bills.
And that's
depending
just the
on what you
hands.
want. That's just the hands. That's not even your pedicure.
Facts. But you know what? The ladies from Toronto are smart. I just want to shout out the local Black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
Because I want to say very smart. We're making the damn thing work, favor for favor. A lot of us, as an artist, a lot of people want to get give their business a little bit more exposure.
Yeah.
So they will do like promo for promo. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
I pay for my services, shout out B by Aisha and Miss Prettiest
Yeah.
Wigs and Unique Beauties. I pay for my services, but if with them I could have that favor for favor relationship.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I still want to support. So
Yes.
that's another thing too. The girlies are smart. We're making it work out here. They know a couple of us, like we make music and stuff. They're gonna make sure we have on their things, or you know, they do our hair or whatever. And and we're never gonna leave them out. You know what I mean?
And on
So,
that note, shout out the doll spot.
yeah.
Period.
You feel me?
Salute. Yeah, no, salute for the
And the chat experience, because you know,
Yeah, period.
she didn't do this and stuff, but she does all the
Period.
other ones. So you know,
Period.
shout out my girl. Chat.
And shout out my mom, because honestly, if she did not do my hair, I'm telling you right now, I would be down in the gutter. Okay? All right.
It's okay.
So, okay, so hair, nails, makeup, we're looking probably around 1,500 at this point, maybe
Sure.
1,000.
Sure. You're even past that. Could be. But it
Yeah,
depends.
Right?
you could get
Okay,
crazy.
Lashes.
We'll call it that.
150.
I forgot about the lashes. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it could get crazy.
Then like, you know, if you buy your own clothes, which is beautiful, that's nice. Or if you have a stylist, like, you know, you start getting into more hundreds and hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars.
yeah.
But you know, even to buy the clothes is still money. You know what I mean? So you want your own specific look, especially as a woman, like you want something that feels unique to you as an artist. And so it's not just like, and no, not dissing anybody, but like it's not just like Amiri jeans. Like we're not all gonna put on the same Amiri jeans, if I'm being really honest. You know what I mean? Like I think five mans could really get away with like kind of having the same style of Amiri jeans, because
Five mans can get away with the same pair of
Same
pair of
jeans.
That's crazy. And you know what?
You
I
wear
wouldn't
it in
even
this
notice.
shot?
Facts.
I
I
wear
wouldn't
it in
even
this
notice.
shot?
And
You wear it in that
chains.
shot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even notice. I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes with the girlies, like
Can't
I
even.
even remember what they're wearing
Facts.
more than I remember like what a guy
Yeah.
had on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Facts.
Because I don't know. Listen, I'm not a fashionista like that. What's that thing with the little clouds all over it?
Oh,
Clouds.
the cotton reefs.
Oh,
The cotton reefs.
Like
That's
it's
what
like
you're talking
the
about?
tracksuits.
the brand, yeah.
Yeah, it's what is it called again? No, hold on, wait.
Yeah, what is that brand again?
Hold on.
With the
You know
cloud.
what
that
Oh, like
everybody's
the
been
flower?
wearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're a kid and you do the sponge thing
Yeah,
on something?
yeah.
Yes.
It's
I forget
a
the brand
cotton
name.
reef. It's a cotton reef.
You guys
Oh
can
my
I see
ask
God.
enough
me.
man's
Yeah.
wearing
Yes,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Child,
But
no,
the
no,
thing
no,
is,
no.
I think that those cost like probably like $6 or maybe something for the suit.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
who knows if you can go get yourself a fake cousin
Yeah,
and you're
of
walking
course.
around
You
with
know
one
what
for
I
like $50 or
Yeah, of
$100.
course. Yeah, of course.
Yo, don't kill
Absolutely.
me.
I'm sure they are. Like, you know what I mean?
Easily
And-
see that being fake.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? Listen, yeah, like, you know, shout out to you if you can get away with it. But yeah, like, I don't even diss nobody. If you want to wear whatever, like wear whatever you want to wear. You know what I mean? But just rock it confidently and do your thing. But you know, for me, like I think it's just a little bit different as an artist. I think my personal brand is not immersed in brands, in other brands. Like I don't really care about. Something can look really great and it have no name at all. Something I can get something from Shein and make that shit look like
Facts.
listen,
I would be the queen of that.
period. Period. I can get something
I'd be the
from
queen of that.
Shein for $10 and make that look
And make
that
it look
shit
like a
sick,
thing.
You know what
Get
I mean?
me.
So I'm not immersed in
Facts.
brands like that. I don't need the brands. Like for some people that might be their whole brand, but it's not a part of me. I love a style and putting something together that feels really unique to who I am as a person,
Yeah.
and not necessarily having the clothes wear me.
Yeah. And I'm glad y'all broke that down because it kind of puts things into perspective of what the guys are spending to like be on camera and then what y'all are spending. Because it's not like y'all don't have the jewelry and all that too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And the rented cars and whatever, all that's extra shit. That's just for the video. But just to be there in front of the camera costs way more.
Yeah.
So it's like I could understand. One thing I want to ask you, Leila, because I want to play the name game with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna put two names in. Lauryn Hill
Mm-hmm.
and Indie Irie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take a quick break from this episode to give a big shout out to Only Loud, Canada's one-stop shop for your favorite legacy brands and all things loud. Only Loud provides mail order delivery nationwide and same-day delivery to those in the Ottawa area. Check them out at onlyloud.ca or follow them on their socials, Instagram at onlyloudcanada or on Snapchat onlyloud.ca for more exclusive content. Only Loud is not just a product, it's a lifestyle. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer!
I love India.
I love them
India
both.
for me.
Yeah, I love India.
It's India for you. Oh, I'm a Lauren fanatic.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm a
love India.
Lauren Lauren is my dog. I will always champion Lauren.
Mhm,
But the
mhm.
first concert I ever been to was the India concert, and she's also
Ah.
incredible.
I've never. Oh my
Incredible,
I
God.
know, I
incredible.
wish.
Yeah, incredible
I
artist.
love that
Yeah,
for you.
and
Mhm.
she inspired you to get on the
Exactly.
stage.
Exactly. And just
Mm.
the way that, like, even if it wasn't, I don't know if she inspired me to get on the stage, but it's the way that she curated her set and her show. That's what inspired me the most. As the first show that I ever went to, like, she had background singers, but she also just felt extremely personable and real.
Mm.
And you know, sometimes people's first interaction with a concert is like a stadium concert. And you know, that's a really cool experience, but it definitely feels impersonal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like somebody's super far on the stage, or even if you're close up, it's like they still feel far. But I got to see India. I think it was at the Queen Elizabeth Theater, and it was probably, I don't know how many people hold in that, but it was a lot smaller, and it
Mhm.
just felt so personal. And that's one thing that I took away from, like, even my shows that I really like, especially when it comes to R&B, is that it needs to feel like people are there with you. Like, R&B is so personal, it's so intimate, it's so vulnerable that like
Mm.
they need to feel like they're in that exact scenario, whatever it is that you're singing about, like, with you. And yeah, I think that was just like a really incredible show for me. So
Yeah.
definitely one of the first shows I went to was India RE. Actually, it is the first concert that I ever went to, but I was extremely inspired by just how she positioned the show with her background vocals. They were involved in like singing with her.
Mhm.
It just felt really grounding and really down to earth. Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I want to ask the room as far as like with rap, okay, and you could chime in from R&B's perspective
Yeah,
also,
I'll let them-
because there was a big battle that happened this year or last year,
Mhm.
right? The Drake and Kendrick battle.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna ask y'all opinions on who won the battle unless y'all want to give me your opinions. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
we'll move past that part.
Mhm.
After the battle, a lot of people are saying because of Kendrick's win or perceived win, for some people say that lyricism is back. Is that a thing? Is that true? Or are we still like in this wavy time where people don't really care about raps? Because y'all rap. You're not just
Period.
swag
Yeah.
rappers. Y'all bar up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know about the lyricism is back thing still, because
Yeah.
everyone's still on a wave.
Mhm.
So I don't really know about that. I mean, for me personally, I love the lyricism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just because of the type of music that I make.
Bitch, I'm on a ride 10 years. Could I pass? I'm still that guy. Them bitches odd like 359. 111315.
But on a whole, if I think that when I go and I'm sifting through social media, not really, nah.
Yeah.
It's just like whatever is like popular
Popular.
at that time
Yeah.
or whatever is going on at that time.
Yeah.
I don't think people care about that at all. Like, just think about the viral songs nowadays. It's
Mhm.
not
Facts.
even, like, it might be a thing
Little
amongst.
closer.
Oh, sorry. It might be a thing amongst like the beef, but other than that, like, I don't think it branches far out from there. Yeah.
So is that the last time that we're ever gonna get like a battle where people care about raps?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
They'll always spin back around, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
love for like, I mean, hip hop, R&B, everything to kind of get a little bit more lyrical, like, you know. But we're just in an era where people just don't care about that.
It's
And
just
I think
not right
it's
now.
I think it's just like, you know, it goes hand in hand with the fact that people can't listen to like 4-minute songs. You remember when songs used to be like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like
Mhm.
this is a long ass song.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize, like, you know, until like I went to a Boyz II Men concert on like Valentine's Day or whatever, and I was like, this song, when is it ending? Like,
Yeah.
Singing the
you know,
ad-libs. Like,
yes, the ad-libs, like the
outro.
bridge, the outro, the intro. They sing it 12 times. It feels like you're at church. It can never end. But like,
Yeah.
you know, now we're just in an era of people only listening to like fast music,
Mhm.
fast
You have
fashion,
2 minutes to
fast
impress
this.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have 2
you
minutes
The
to
10
impress
attention
them.
seconds.
spans
Yeah.
are
If the intro's
short.
not already making you do
Ye-
a something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they've
Skip.
moved on, you know. So
Mhm.
Can't have
I-
too much beat in the intro.
correct.
Mhm.
And I think, even, you know, if I'm being extremely honest and very transparent, like, I like Kendrick, but some of the things that he says goes above my head. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm just like, huh? Like, what? And so I can
think
only
they drag it, though.
imagine, huh?
I feel like the viewers be dragging it.
Yo,
Like,
he
he did not mean that. Like, that's not what that
they
meant.
make
Like,
they make the connection for him, and I'm like, I don't know if he really meant
Yeah,
all
Trying to
that.
like-
make it more
Yeah.
entertaining for
Yeah, like,
themselves. That's
yo,
why.
you remember back in
Right,
2002
yeah.
when?
Yeah,
like, no.
this, and they connect it. But like
not
some of
talking about
some
that.
of the stuff for me, like, it just be gone over my head. So I can't necessarily connect to that, but I would love for there to be a little bit more lyricism in
Absolutely.
music, like,
Yeah.
overall, because that is the foundation of hip hop. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? Like,
mhm.
it comes from a place. It comes from It comes from storytelling and the way that you tell a story. Now, with that being said, like, I think that also goes hand in hand with melody. Like, there's some really dope lyricists in the world, but like, if your melody is not there, I don't want to listen to that either. If I'm being really honest, it just sounds like we could just have a conversation, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think it does go hand in hand, and I think it takes a really special artist to be able to do both of those things at a really high level.
Like Drake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out
part.
Juicy.
One more thing. Even what you mentioned with the lyricism and stuff like that, and the R&B aspect, right? Because there was a time when people only accepted R&B if people could sang, right? And I know you're into sang.
Yes, I love a sanger.
But then there's a lot of R&B that's like, what would I call their voices? That too, but like they have like these floaty voices, like hollow voices.
That's like,
you know what I'm saying? The light voice R&B singers.
Yeah.
Like, give an example.
I feel like I know what he's talking. I feel like you're talking like a Quarterlab.
Like the soft
more
like
kind
a rapper.
No, not that.
Like a
voice.
Janae Aiko type thing?
Like the voice kind of, the melodic stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like voices, like
where they kind of don't go too high, they don't go too low, they just kind of float right here.
But Janae Aiko sings though, no?
Not really. I'm not trying to diss Janae.
I know. I'm not going to diss
great songs.
No, you're right. Honestly,
they make great songs.
Yeah,
these people.
I don't want to chime in. I think she makes incredible music.
Yeah.
I would not consider her a sanger. I think she creates vibes and she creates like moods, which is really beautiful. And I think she's an incredible writer.
Yeah.
I really do think so. It's like not taking anything away from Janae. I love her, but she's not a sanger.
But she would be a perfect example of
and there's a whole genre of them.
I mean, Janae for me is still pretty high on like the list of like R&B. I think when it comes to like vibes, I'm trying to think of like who I could even give as an example, because I know what you're talking about. Like there's just some singers who really stay in a really particular pocket. And I just call them kind of like vibey singers.
Yeah. You ain't gonna hear them belt out no like crazy note at the end of the song.
No,
that's not happening.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I love a singer, as you said. Like I love a singer. One of my favorite singers is like Jasmine Sullivan. I love when people can make me feel something. And it's not to say that that's not possible with a vibey singer. But again, I think I really connect to maybe someone who has a vibe, who has a really particular tone. So like, I don't know who has like Yummy Bingham or something like that. I don't know if you guys know her, but like somebody who has a really particular tone that's really distinct, that you're like, oh, I know who that is immediately. I think you can hear that with like Janae. I think that's why people like her. Her voice is very soft. It puts you in like a trance. Yeah. So that's the kind of
I thought
R&B
he was talking about like why I was saying Coileries, I thought you were talking about the people that don't usually sing. But right now, what's in style is that little Cash Cobain wave, that little, that's what I'm saying. That's Coileries. Like she gives that, like, you know what I mean? That's something that's in. I like it though.
And I think kind of Drake is kind of in that pocket too. He ain't a singer.
He's not a singer.
But he does bare R&B songs.
If I'm being honest, I feel like Tory is a better singer than Drake. I'm sorry. Tory can actually, when I hear him sing and the actual like knowledge of vocals, I can hear it in Tory.
And he goes for notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has music IQ. Facts. That's what I admire about him the most. His IQ is crazy with the music stuff.
So that's hard. Music IQ.
Yeah. Music IQ.
Yeah.
Bad.
Well, speaking of Drake, I feel like he's put on a lot of guy rappers out here. And not put him on like, a bunch of guys on his label, but like he's shined a lot of light on a lot of male rappers. Do you think that he's not showing enough love to the ladies out here? Big salute to Steamin' Hot Grabba with a variety of different Grabba flavors and dispensers. They got red rose Grabba, that red herring Grabba, and peanut butter. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabba, and use the code WeLoveHipHop and receive a discount on your order. Again, you can find them on Instagram, Steamin' Hot Grabba. Now let's get back to the show. Cheer! Can he be showing a little bit more love, or is he doing enough?
He could in my opinion, he could definitely be doing. I feel like he could definitely, draw for us a 1-2. But I'm kind of, after a while of like as an artist thinking about that kind of stuff, it kind of makes you wonder like, what is it?
Mhm.
Like, what is it? Why? Like, you know, an artist as big as Drake would not have drawn for like one of the gal them yet. I will say,
Yeah.
don't count me out.
Period.
But that it makes you like not so much. Well, for me, I don't look at him like, oh, like he's a hater. Like, I don't look at it like that. I'm looking at it like, all right, what is it that he may feel like we're missing or need to understand before you step into that world? Because it's a big world, huh? You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes I think about it like that. Like, what is it that we may be missing? And you know, I feel like that ties right back into the whole Toronto thing. Like, you know, I feel like we need to work with one another. It takes two hands to clap at the end of the day. We need to figure something out now. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like it's just time, yo. It's just time. I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. It's just time.
I don't want to get mixy, but he did put on, like, he did kind of show love to one female rapper out here.
Oh,
Lioness Kerr.
Who? Oh, he did post. I saw him post her stuff, and I'm looking at it like I'm looking at it to say, okay, what does he see? Like, what did he see in that? And like, for all you know, it's the lyricism. For all you know, it's the metaphors. For all you know what I mean? I'm never gonna knock it still, because today for me, tomorrow for you. You know what I mean? I'll never knock it. But like, it kind of makes you understand more so. But not everybody may be on that. Some people may be cheesed, you know? Some people it may make them angry. But
I mean, do you want to chime in?
I don't know. I don't feel like I don't know. I think about it too. I feel like maybe it could be a situation where he has done that. He has, like, not for the females necessarily, but he's done it for the men. And he feels like maybe it wasn't the best decision he made, or like, you know, like sometimes people do things and then they're like marred by their experience. Like, you know, like they do things and then it's like that person turns around and like bites you in the ass, and then it's like, all right, so why am I doing this? Like, you know, it kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth. And it's kind of like, you know, like when they say like one bad apple just spoils a bunch. Like, it's one of those where, I don't know, that's kind of like something that crosses my mind. Like, it could be a situation where he just like, why? Like, you know?
I feel like he tried to do it and it went south, so he's like, never mind type thing. Is
like,
that how you feel?
Like, I feel like he continuously does it with the men. And it's like, out of all the men that he's done it with, like, I see party riding for him. So I'm saying? But I don't necessarily see people riding for him like how certain niggas would ride for. I don't know if I'm allowed to say niggas on here.
Yeah, I be watching you guys on here. You be swearing up and down.
Okay.
I be watching you guys.
So that's just
no, I hear you, because in the West Coast, and I don't want to make it the East Coast, West Coast thing, but it activated the rappers like, all you Canadians can get it.
Facts.
I didn't see the same energy over here when it came to Drizzy, and I'm wondering why. And it wasn't just, I'm not asking y'all as women, I'm asking y'all just as artists. Because I feel like bare artists would have just jumped out the woodworks like, yo, we here, Toronto, we up.
I felt some type of way, so I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like that too, though. I feel like definitely if he put you on, or if he made sure certain things were in place or whatever, when like, everybody's coming and talking up their mouth, you better stand up loud and
everyone should have wrote a diss track. Like, I don't care if it's shit. Write that track.
You see how Popcorn said, hey, oh no, I mean?
Tory was dissing from behind bars.
Come on, like, you know what I mean? Real nigga. Like, you know what I mean? So
I think my perspective on that, to be honest, like, it really did become a West Coast versus Canada type thing. But I always think that that's the case, if I'm being really honest, when it comes to Canadian artists who have broken through into the US market. It's like, we are accepted, but until something fucked up happens, okay? We see it with, and you know, I don't want to get into that because I really do love like the US supporters and whatever, but I do see the difference between like Black Americans and they other us as Black Canadians. And we see it with, like, for example, Daniel Caesar, how quickly he's canceled. Tory Lanez, how quickly you're canceled. Drake, how quickly you're canceled, right? But let it be, there's still people out there who like are still championing R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Because he's a Black American. There's some people like, oh, I can separate R. Kelly from da-da-da-da. But no Canadian can have a second chance at redemption, or even, I don't even know if it's redemption, but like a chance to come back, if I'm being really honest.
Deport him.
that always kind of
Yeah.
doesn't ever really sit well with me. And it kind of goes back to, you know, a little bit of what TAAYLEE said in the beginning, where it's like they feel like we haven't been through shit. So it's like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't have a seat at the table to really speak on certain topics. But I didn't love the West Coast versus Canada type of thing. Like, this is two people and this is hip hop. And this is literally the culture of hip hop. And if y'all want to battle rap and whatever for entertainment, I love that. But I didn't love the like LA versus Canada type of scenario. That's weak.
LA has such a community though.
Exactly.
That we
and
don't
that's
have.
what we need.
Yeah. You see what I was talking about with that hunger though?
Yeah.
Because now look at this. Now you see how everybody obviously that's why Jizzy had to walk out with the holes in his sweater and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You see how everybody is down on him and doing all that and everybody gang up and all that. You see how now they come back and drop an album, and if you open TikTok, what's the couple songs that you see behind the baddies? You feel me? Yeah, it's undeniable. You cannot stop it. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like these guys, they definitely, but if it's not him, Party, or Tory Lanez, them man there, tunnel vision, you know what I mean? And it's that work ethic, it's that dedication is what's gonna make everybody block out the foolishness they just heard and come back to the real music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing about it, I'm gonna stand up for Canada. I'm telling you right now, because when I went to Miami, I was at a one of those little outside pool party thingies, and if you notice, I was just looking around because all of you guys club bangers and everything, I just hear the boy everywhere. Where's your people?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your people? Like, you know what I mean? So like, that's why I feel like, yeah, like we're tunnel vision and we just do our thing. And that's why they're going to continue to be where they are. When Tory comes out, he's going to be something unstoppable. And that's because of the work ethic that he has and stuff. You know what I mean? So love the Americans, but like, you know what I mean? Like, we definitely hold it. We're going to hold our own at the end of the day.
Period.
Yeah, no, we've contributed a lot to the scene, period, the whole entertainment and the music scene, right?
Yeah, undeniably.
And I feel like you mentioned something like a lot of people, they can't see past Drake, Tory, The Weeknd. You know what I'm saying? There's so much talent out here. Do you think that there's going to be a time where we can see maybe 2-3 dozen names that like American fans know just on a household basis?
Absolutely.
It'll get there.
Absolutely.
I feel so.
We're still a young industry, you know, as much as we kind of get at Toronto and, you know, the fact that we're not necessarily where we envision ourselves to be.
Yeah.
We're still a very young industry, you know? Like New York has been doing the music thing for a minute. LA, all the hot spots that we see, a lot of artists come out of and like giants come out of, like, you know, they've been doing music and had an industry for way longer than Toronto has had like a music industry. So we're still young in this. And I think absolutely we are going to see we're going to see a huge wave of artists just start popping up. And it's so funny because sometimes people don't even know that the people that they're listening to are Canadian. For a long time, people didn't even know Justin Bieber was Canadian. Like every time I go, they're like, oh my God, Melanie Fiona's Canadian. Deborah Cox is Canadian. Like, come on. Like, it's already been a thing. You know what I mean? It's just you guys don't know. And that's okay. But like, do your research, you know, ask about us because we are here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, real talk. Is Toronto in a good place in this music scene, rap and R&B wise?
I feel so, but I don't even know what side of the I don't even know what side of the fence I'm playing on this one. But you want to know why? You see how they say like there's no such thing as bad publicity. I feel like with all of this stuff going on, even those who don't like Drake or don't like Tory or whatever, I feel like they're gonna come tap in to see what that person is saying. That's just what it is. Whenever you see two people argue, you want to go see each side. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, it is rough. It's been rough for a long time, but there's potential there. Do I feel like we're in a great spot? No. Do I feel like we're in a horrible spot? No. You know, I feel like there's room for improvement and we'll get there.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, they need to just stick together though. Like, I don't know what's going on the internet right now, but they need to cut it out right now.
Yeah.
Like, just chill, bro.
Relax.
Like, we're not in a state right now to be beefing amongst ourselves. I feel like everyone needs to just, you know, hold each other's hand right now and jump on, make bangers, bro.
Yeah.
Just make bangers. Like, there should be no war amongst us. There should be no beefing, no diss tracks. No, like, if you're gonna drop a diss track for anyone, drop it for the other side. That's like no, there needs to be unity. Like,
over that side.
Like, don't piss me off because like I was in the studio when that dropped. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now, bro? This is not what we need right now. Like, don't piss. Like, I love good music, but not on this. Like, not right now.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that for real, I think that there is like a slow turn in Toronto. Like Double M said, like we're not in a bad place, but we're not in the place that I think we all aspire to be at.
Yeah.
So it's like there is a slow turn. Like it starts with records like this. And although, somebody might have said something out of turn, somebody else said, hey, you know what? My bad. I spoke out of turn. But like it just requires a little bit more of that, like a little bit more empathy or a little bit more like thoughtfulness around, hey, like for real, like we're not really beefing over anything. You're my dog, or maybe you're not my dog, but we can be cordial. And really it's just about like uplifting all of the music that we want to hear. Like really, that's really what it is. And it goes back to a point that Taylor said earlier. It's like, it's community. And one of the things about the US, the UK, honestly, to be honest, like a lot of other places, they have a really strong community. And I will say overall, it's not necessarily about what Jersey's doing for the city. It's not about one particular person. And I think that's a really heavy burden to carry, where people are like, Jersey should be doing more. Like Drake should be like, you're just one person. And you can't do everything. And so it really is about community. Like everybody kind of doing their part, coming together to be like, hey, like, yeah, let's work together. Oh, there's another sick rapper over here. Okay, like let's team up. If you're on that hater shit, or you're on like, it's a solo thing, like no worries, do your thing. When you come to the realization that like we're better together than we are apart, we'll be here. But do your thing if you want to do your solo thing. Or like, it comes to just building that community, where I feel like in the US, they have that real strong camaraderie. Also, just being American, they're like really patriotic.
That's what
we're not really patriotic like that as Canadians.
They definitely show love. Like even when I go over there, whether it's for work or play, they kind of like, they definitely show each other love. Like it's not hard for them to give each other a feature out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like they definitely show each other love. They all showed me love, coming to think of it. Shout out Memphis, because I wrote Plexiglass in Memphis driving on the way to the studio. My girl's like, yo, we have a little studio slot if you want to go. And I'm like, So then I was listening to the Plexiglass beat, and I literally wrote it on the way there. When I got there and I wrote it and I recorded it and everything, the next day I went to a club and they played it. They show love. You know what I mean? That's one thing about it. So I feel like that's why it works with like amongst themselves. Because they uplift each other.
They bring each other up.
So I feel like we definitely need more of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's dope. Can I expect an album from y'all, or like I think maybe at least
everyone
leg on my shirt, leg on my shirt, yo. Everybody just so what? So you guys
Scary Hours pack something like, come on, fam, not just a one remix.
You know what? Hopefully we can get something together.
I know. You know what? It's like, I don't want to say no, and I'm not, and I want to be really transparent. It's not necessarily like we're not at that place to say yes right now. Just because we are all individual artists and we all have our own things happening, but like this collaboration went so well that I wouldn't be against doing that. You know what I mean? It's just
foot in the water.
It is what it is. And so like, I mean, a lot of people ask. So I'm sure we will link again in the future. I just don't know if that's going to be a project, but it's so funny because everybody's literally like, you guys need to be here. Like, I see it every day. I know.
Every day.
Shit, can't even get an EP first.
Right?
Like, can we stick to the album?
Yeah. What's next?
Can you guys also support us individually too, though?
Yes.
That.
So let me know in closing here what everybody's got coming up individually. All right. Let's start with you on your end over here, Taylor.
So first of all,
hold on before you start.
Okay.
The freestyle that you did the other day over with DJ Wicked.
DDG, talk to him.
He know better, so he put me first, and he ain't link it with no bitch unless she going to work. He want me
fire.
Appreciate you.
Fire. That fire.
Ain't nothing with chicken wing. But yeah, my name is Taylor G. You know, if you nasty. I'm joking. No. My name is Taylor. You can follow me on everything. Is this the closing? Am I closing?
What do you got coming up? Like what's going on?
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Can we get some mixtapes, EPs? What on?
I'm working on EP. I'm not gonna tell you when it's gonna drop, but it's gonna drop. And when it comes, just make sure you support it. Appreciate you. I just came out with One More Time. Attention Remix is doing its thing right now. So, but you knew that. And No She Mad. Yeah, and I have more stuff dropping, you know, just be on the lookout for it. Follow me on everything so that you can, you know, keep up. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep them mad.
All right. So
what about you, Double M?
It's your girl, Big Double M in the cut like rubbing alcohol, and I know it burns. So for me, so I'm working on some features. I'm not gonna say, but some really good ones I'm excited for. That mean a lot to me. working on a new project. Will not say when because you guys are violent with it. Yeah, still stream customer service. You know, MIA featuring B-Rob is in heavy rotation on Flow on the radio. So continue to support that, if you will. And yeah. Attention. Run that. Live. Yeah.
And it's dope to even have the songs running on the radio too. That's a blessing. And what about you, Leila?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat. I'm working on an EP. I'm also not gonna release the date because they get kind of mad with it. But I'm definitely working on an EP. It will be dropping in 2025. So make sure y'all support that as well. If you love a real R&B, if you love a singing ass shorty, about that. But yes, new music coming out soon. We just going up 2025.
Dope. Listen, ladies, I really enjoyed this conversation here. We got to get into some real combo about some real shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to all the projects that y'all got coming out separately. Looking forward to maybe a collaboration project. And like they're saying, keep running up that Attention remix right there. That shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take us out actually with the Attention remix.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And salute.
Thank you for having us.
Leila.
Okay.
My bad.
It's all good.
Leila Dey.
That's the right one.
Okay.
Double M and Taylor G in the building. We off of this.
Yes, sir.
Let's go off with some music here.
We love hip-hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip-hop.